It's August 2008, and at the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, the Shenzhou-7 spacecraft, under a cover and weighing over 8 tons, is being moved slowly into place. After being fitted with a fairing that would protect it from the tremendous heat generated during launch, the spacecraft would dock with the Long March 2F rocket for the first time. Shenzhou-7 in its appearance is hard to distinguish from the Shenzhou-6 manned spacecraft. The base section is the propelling module. The middle section is the re-entry module. At the top section is the orbital module. In fact, many design innovations and technical modifications have been incorporated into the Shenzhou-7 to equip it for the unique aspects of its mission. 3 days later, the Shenzhou-7 spacecraft would be hoisted to the top of the 93-meter-high tower. Then, it would be moved laterally into place to sit on top of the Long March 2F rocket. This would be the first docking between the Shenzhou-7 and its launcher. Only after detailed and rigorous testing had been carried out would the spacecraft be declared ready to take the 3 Chinese astronauts into space. From the very beginning, the Shenzhou series of spacecraft were designed to carry 3 astronauts. According to the timetable for China's manned space program, Shenzhou-5 would carry out the mission for taking China's first astronaut into space. Shenzhou-6 would carry 2 astronauts into space on a longer mission. And then Shenzhou-7 would carry 3 astronauts, one of whom would conduct a spacewalk. However, adding the additional astronaut would involve far more than simply installing an extra seat.
整个的就是对于整个飞船的设计的话呢，这个压力会大一些。大家都知道3人呢，要解决3人在这么一个空间里面的生活啊、休息啊、工作的啊，这个比在这个2人的状态下这个难。
The re-entry module and the orbital module provide the only room for the astronauts to sit and move around in space. During the launch and re-entry, the astronauts would be in the re-entry module. Before that, when the spacecraft was in its prescribed orbit, the astronauts would move into the orbital module to work.
返回舱是5点几个立方米，轨道舱是9点几个立方米，就这么一个这么大，很小的。那你要返回舱，你想想，就只能在那儿躺着，一动都动不了。
Because of the confined space, the addition of 1 more astronaut meant altering all the life support facilities. The spacecraft is an airtight capsule that is isolated from space. The oxygen the astronauts breathe has to be rationed. Since air loses its ability to flow in zero-gravity conditions, the carbon dioxide the astronauts exhale is not dispersed, but remains near their mouths. The more they exhale, the more carbon dioxide accumulates until their lives are in danger.
必须把你呼出的二氧化碳要给它排走，然后要给它整个的这个舱内这个环境要整个要均匀，就相当于和地球这个二氧化碳的环境。你看你到哪块你都不觉得二氧化碳浓度高啊或低的。
Besides carbon dioxide, the human body produces more than 20 other harmful gases. To ensure the safety of the astronauts, these gases would also have to be dispersed promptly.
多了一个人，那么这多了一个人的这个氧气的供应、二氧化碳的这个去除，包括它这个饮水的这个供应，还有其他的一些支持的功能就要相应增加。
The astronauts naturally produce body waste. A unique device is installed on board to process it, functioning rather like a toilet on Earth. The results, if anything were to go wrong with it, would be horrific.
先把你这个整个舱内环境就污染了，一个收不完，你没收集到，你就飘到飘到到处都是，然后再一个气味，你整个舱内的整个气体的成分，包括有害气体这个你容许的浓度，你肯定就不行，那你就没法生活了，你人也受不了，肯定受不了。人首先是舒适度就降低了，对吧？没法弄了，那你就想想到处飘着大小便，这个没法弄。再一个就是浓度一定程度和人的生命安全也受到威胁。
In a spacecraft with such limited room, the addition of one more astronaut would create a number of new challenges in many aspects of the design. Careful calculation on the part of the designers was essential to overcoming them. On board Shenzhou-7, there are certain auxiliary features. Although it may sound like they're optional, the fact is they cannot be done away with.
解决可靠性设计的一个重要的一个手段就是冗余设计。比如说这个我一台计算机能够完成的工作，那我可以用2台计算机同时，要么就是2台计算机同时在那工作，要么就是我备份1台在那工作。如果1台坏了，我切换到另1台。
The addition of the extra astronaut brought more challenges. But thanks to the experience gained from the 2 previous successful manned missions, the spacecraft designers were able to solve all the problems. However, Shenzhou-7, as a mission, still presented them with a unique challenge, that of ensuring that one of the astronauts could leave the spacecraft and conduct a spacewalk. Conducting a successful spacewalk would open up a new era in China's manned space program. Achieving the necessary technical breakthroughs and mastering the key technology required for the successful extravehicular activity would be pivotal for the future development of the manned space program. The sight of an astronaut walking in space has a romantic appeal, as if he has simply passed through a doorway from his spacecraft and entered the vastness of the universe. However, in sending him through this doorway, the spacecraft designers had to overcome numerous difficulties. Shenzhou-7 is China's 3rd manned space mission. It represents a major advance on 2 fronts. It would carry more astronauts than ever before, and one of them would conduct China's first spacewalk.
出舱活动就是Shenzhou-7号很突出特点。应该说出舱活动的话，给飞船也带来不少的这个难题。